Brady Reagan.
Wyatt, get the batter, buddy. Get the batter.
Get the game, Brady! Go!
Is his hair still blonde? Wyatt, keep working. Wyatt, keep working. Come on, keep working.
Ethan Gatlin.
Gatlin, get him off that base. Bring him home. Get that duck off the pond down there. Let's go. Get him three. You got to go straight. Here he comes. Uh-oh, he's coming to you now.
Give him a target. Let's go.
Bring that back.
Boy, Wyatt. Go get him.
Bring your friend home. Bring him home. Bring him on home.
I just need to reconnect the audio real quick.
There you go. Go real.
That's what we call here a glass technology opportunity foul ball.
Jump before that.
All right, trying to work through some audio technical difficulties. We'll hopefully are back up and going, but Bulldogs down 4-0, 4 runs with 2 outs here. We'll give you an update here on this one, try to finish the inning as that ball popped out of play. 2-2 count here on the number 9 hitter, Ethan Gatlin. As 2 down here in the bottom of the first, Bulldogs trailing 4-0. We'll get you an update here after this half inning, how the scoring came across, but all with 2 outs. 2-2 here from Graham. And now it's upstairs, full count. Now the runners will be in motion, Coach.
Yep, guy first going to get a good start here, but you say challenge his hitter right here, make him hit his way on.
Three-two here from Graham. And that'll bring another run in. Or no, excuse me, they had a base open. So base is now loaded. And that'll bring up the leadoff hitter. Murphy, seemed like a eternity ago, was retired on a single stretching for a double.
Cooper Murphy.
And that ball hit well into left center, and that'll split the gap. That'll bring in two, and they'll put on the brakes. And a two-run double for Cooper Murphy makes it 6-0 Wildcats. And now Coach T.J. Watkins going to come out, looks like make a change here on the mound. And all the scoring coach with 2 outs. He almost was a pitch away from getting out of it. Bases loaded and a line drive bloop single over the second baseman Renfro's head. They made a throw to the plate. It got by the catcher, so all 3 runs scored.
Yeah, going to be score 2 with the hit once it cleared. And doesn't that happen sometime with a blue hit? But they had timely hitting for them. They could put it in play. But they ended up getting an extra run on the overthrow. So anyway, got a pitching change. Try to hold them right here.
Yeah, bring in Carter Tullis. He relieved in game 1, had a scoreless inning of relief. But Tullis, different change of pace, you know, get a little bit more off-speed stuff, lower velocity. Kirbyville, like I said, scouting report was they like to hunt a fastball and they like to have a pool party and hit everything to the left side. And we've seen a little bit of that here.
We have, and I have to say this, they've been patient at the plate, of course. I think they went up there hunting for fastball first of all. Then we got behind several guys, and, you know, word travels down that bench. I'm pretty sure they were taking a strike, each one of them. So kind of played into their hands there. Let's see if we can change the format here with Tullis coming in.
Tullis coming in, and I know I've just got to ask you one question. So you're still trying to get out of this, but you know, 2 runners on, you're down 6-0. What's the one positive
we hadn't
as a coach?
yet.
There you go.
We got 7 innings to do it. We hadn't taken a 1 at bat, so
no time clock
No.
in like baseball. I mean, like basketball or football, and you got to earn those 21 outs. So, you know, imagine that's the message they'll be preaching in that dugout is you don't have to have a 6-run swing, but just start chipping away.
You've been around this game long enough, you'll see all this kind of stuff. We don't know what's going to happen in this game right now, but we've seen runs a big inning in the first before and somebody get out in a big lead and they never score the rest of the game.
Yeah.
And it can happen. We'll see how this plays out.
So that'll bring up David Fussell. He'll be the pitcher here today, and he's the happiest guy in the park right now.
Oh, my gosh. Got some breathing room.
And he pulls this one to left, long run. It'll get past Melendez. And that'll be a 2-run double for David Fussell. And they add on here and lead 8-0.
Well, and he didn't waste any time. First pitch, and he jumped on it. So, obviously, with the pitching change, they didn't go up there looking to take a strike.
Number 20, Braxton Jacks.
That'll bring up Braxton Jacks. He walked and scored.
Nice pitch. Breaking ball for a strike.
It's 0-1 here from Tullis. Breaking ball spins right in there for a called strike.
But I know you noticed this, but with his position in the box, what are you expecting him to do?
I think he's trying to join the pool party.
Yes.
And he's on top of the plate.
And he's taking 2 breaking balls in a row. So he's hunting that fastball. See if we'll give him 3 breaking balls in a row.
You know, ain't broke, don't fix it. So 0-2 count here to Braxton Jacks. And that's going to skip through. And the runner advance over to third, courtesy runner.
Bit of a, wasn't breaking pitch, but he spiked it.
Mm-hmm. Well, those
Did the right idea.
58-footers. 1-2 here from Tullis.
Maybe inclined to go up and in here.
And that pitch dives down. 2-2. Here from Tullis. And that just misses on the corner. Gonna make the count full. Now 2 Jacks. I think Braxton had probably a little football time in the fall for the Wildcats.
He's put together pretty well.
And a pass ball gonna bring in another run. That'll make our score 9-0 on the walk. That'll bring up Caden Cloud. He flew out to left, 0 for 1.
Cloud.
And a pop up, gonna get out of play.
Duck and cover, Drew.
Yeah. So 0-1 here to Caden Cloud. And that hits him. And the wheels have just fallen off here in the first, Coach.
Yeah, we've seen a little bit of everything here.
So 6 free passes in the inning.
Luke.
That's not a good recipe anytime.
No, free rides aren't good.
So first and second here, 2 down. That'll bring up shortstop Luke Fussell. He walked and scored. Now pop up, sky high, shallow center. Matthews going out edge of the grass. He can't see it, and it drops. And they'll score a run. That'll bring up Ty Meredith.
Number 8, Ty Meredith.
Left fielder is Meredith. You know, you hate to say this, put up 10 runs in the inning, but he got the key hit of the inning. I mean, it was 2 outs. It was scoreless, bases loaded, just narrowly over the glove of Renfro at second. But without that hit, it's scoreless.
Yeah, it was timely.
So
Timely
never
hitting.
did you think you would say
Placed.
10 runs with 2 outs?
No.
That ball fouled towards the Wildcat dugout. One here from Tullis. And that pitch fouled. Make the count 1-2.
First and second, 2 down. We can make a forced play out there in the infield.
One-two delivery from Tullis. And that's going to drop in off the plate, even things up at 2 apiece.
He laid off a pretty good pitch right there. Hit it in.
Two. Upstairs going to make the count full now, 3-2.
Okay, right at him right here.
Three-two pitch. Runner's going, and that'll be a walk. It'll load them. That'll bring up Ryan Coleman. He's singled.
Ryan Coleman.
Play anywhere now. Hard to defend against the base on ball.
That pitch upstairs, 1-0. On deck, Brady Reagan. That pitch popped up, out of play.
Body language is telling him he's going up there to take a rip.
Yeah.
He's not wanting a free ride. He's wanting to hit the ball.
1-1 here. And that ball hit well towards the left center. Long run, Hatcher going back. He'll look up, and it'll clear the bases. 3-run double.
Left center.
For Ryan Coleman. And Coach, it's starting to get unbelievable here. 13 runs with 2 outs. I've seen a lot of baseball.
Tough.
You've seen a lot of baseball. I don't know if I've seen this.
Boy, it's hard.
Brady Reagan.
Sometimes it's hard to get out of an inning, and this is a pretty good example of that.
To bring up Brady Reagan, he walked and scored.
Well, we said he went going up there to hit, and hit he did. 2-out double. Of course, the guys were off to the races with 2 out.
That pitch up and away, 2-0. And that ball hit into shallow center. It'll drop in. They're going to hold the runner. The runner's on the corners.
I don't like he got it off the end of the barrel, but he dropped it into center.
That'll bring up Ethan Gatlin. He doubled. The Wildcats have batted around twice in the inning. And all of this with 2 outs.
Ethan Gatlin.
And they're going to head to the mound. We'll take a break. We'll be right back here with Bulldog Baseball. right, welcome back here. Pitch and change. Braden Renfro going to come in from second base. He'll go to the mound. Wyatt Graham going to re-enter the game. He'll be in right field, and Clunan will come in from right to second base. As Ethan Gatlin at the plate for the Wildcats. That pitch off the plate. And fouled out of play. Even the count at 1-1. One here from Renfro. And swung on the miss. Down in the count 1-2 is the Ethan Gatlin.
He's come in going right at him.
And a breaking ball going to miss. Runner going to take second. Count 2-2. Now runners at second and third. That pitch fouled straight back. 2-2.
Right in with the fastball. He fisted him, but he fouled it off. This guy's on top of the plate, too.
And a breaking ball buckles him, but it'll miss off the plate. 3-2.
Him, but the ball missed the plate. A great idea.
And a called strike on the corner. And they get a break. The Wildcats score 13 runs with 2 outs.
It had been too long out there.
Yeah.
If you know someone
So we're going to hit
wants to keep up with
bottom
this
of the
ball
first.
game and can't
We'll be
make
back
it
here
to
with
the
Bulldog
game,
Baseball.
the game is
All right, welcome back here. Bottom of the first. Wyatt Graham going to lead it off here for the Bulldogs. He had 2 hits in game 1 down in Shelbyville. And that pitch off the plate as the Wildcats can have David Fussell on the mound. Caught in game 1. Scouting report here on Fussell. We'll get you. As that's going to be downstairs, but velocity kind of low 80s, but they say a really good breaking ball. So, Coach usually, the response to that is go hunt a fastball.
That's it.
And maybe even lay off the breaking ball till you get 2.
Mm-hmm. It's a great plan. Now, I've noticed here he gets the ball and he gets ready and he throws. So No wasting time.
4-pitch walk to Graham. And that'll bring up now shortstop Jake Matthews.
Graham did a good job. He didn't go up there trying. We got to get some runs each and every inning the rest of this game to add up, and starts with the walk.
And a ground ball going to sneak through. So Bulldogs get a couple runners to start the inning. That'll bring up center fielder Dylan Hatcher.
Now batting number 13, Dylan Hatcher.
Good piece hitting by Jake.
So Hatcher will come up here with no outs. And a breaking ball waves that, comes up empty.
Throw two in a row and both of them up.
So 0-2 now here with Hatcher. They'll get a new baseball.
Couple things to look for here. He may run something in on him. He may go up and in. Of course, he may throw a breaking ball down the dirt and see if he'll chase.
So 0-2 here to Hatcher. Got to go into protect mode. And a breaking ball just spins off the plate.
And all four of his breaking balls have been up. Be a good sign for us later. If he keeps them up there.
A fastball, chopper up the middle. Fussell going to go to the bag, throw across, and it's scooped out. And a double play by the shortstop.
First baseman made a good dig on that.
Braden Renfro.
That'll bring up second baseman Braden Renfro. And that pitch swung on and missed. Oh, 1 here to Renfro. And a breaking ball gonna miss. Even things at 1-1. Graham down there at third with that leadoff walk. And there's a good breaking ball. That's the best one he's thrown.
Yeah, pretty sharp breaker right there.
1-2 here to Renfro. And that one he leaves upstairs 2-2. Two here to Renfro. And a ground ball. And that'll sneak through into right field. C&I single. And that'll bring a run in, and the Bulldogs are on the board.
Now batting number 7.
That'll bring up Braylon Melendez.
One at a time.
And that breaking ball gonna miss.
Leadoff walk played into a run.
And the story of the game here.
Let's see with 2 out what we can do.
And a tapper over to third. Long throw across the diamond. And it sails wide of the first baseman. They're going to wave Renfro into the plate. He'll score standing. Melendez going to head all the way to third. That throw over. And he's there safely. So Bulldogs do a little 2-out damage.
Good base running right there.
Now batting number 91.
Tough play for Caden Cloud over there. He had to come up down the line, but throw sailed on him, and that'll bring up Price Woblinger. So Melendez now down there at third. And another tapper. Cloud comes in. A This throw across the diamond will be in time. But the Bulldogs, they respond. They scratch across 2. They trail 13-2 after 1.
At this time,
All right, welcome back here. Top of the second, 13-2 our score. Leading off going to be Cooper Murphy. And he is 2 for 2 on the day with a single and a double.
You know what? He's done his job as a leadoff hitter, hasn't he? He's gone up there to hit and got the job done.
And Renfro going to take a break.
You know,
Spin a breaking ball downstairs.
He laid off a good pitch right there from Renfro. That'd be hard to take right there.
1-0. That ball sliced down the right field line. Long, long run. It'll drop foul as Graham had a lot of real estate to cover. Try to get you some updates throughout the day. A lot of playoff action moved over to today. Some teams that were originally starting series on Friday got rained out. Huntington be in action this afternoon. Girls and boys. Hudson lost a close one as Murphy comes up swinging 1-2. Hudson had a 1-game series down in Jasper on Thursday, lost 4-3 to Bridge City, so their season is done, but a tough loss. 1-2, up and in to make it 2-2.
Those one-run games, as you know, can be anybody's game. Go back and look at that, find out, you know, one play here, one hit there, whatever.
2-2 pitch. And a breaking ball gets him looking.
Good-looking breaking ball.
Spin it right in there.
Frozen.
That'll bring up the pitcher, David Fussell. 1 for 1 with a walk and a double.
David.
The Panthers had a tough luck. They had a first-round exit. They lose to McKinney North 1-0 in 8 innings in Game 1, and I believe 4-1 in Game 2. So not a time to go cold offensively, but had a heck of a season, Coach Cobb and the Panthers, so I want to congratulate them, but tough scoring. Of course, pitching. Yes, I was going to say pitching has a lot to do with that. That pitch fouled out of play, 1-1. Diboll has played their series. They lost a couple tough games, 3-0 and 7-5 to Orangefield. So Diboll is done. Orangefield will move on. 1-1. And that pitch swung on a miss, 1-2. And Jackson Nichols was here at Central. Big-time help in his 1 year, but he's assisting down in Orangefield, so we'll be rooting for them
You bet.
the rest of the way. That pitch fouled out of play.
Yeah, good luck to them the next series. Yesterday, I think the only thing could have been held was swim meets.
Yeah. Yeah, there was not a lot going on, and give credit to the Bulldog coaching staff getting out here working on this field. 1-2, and that's popped up, and there will be a play, and you can't find it.
You know there's not a wet spot out there.
They've made some nice additions to the ballpark this year. If you see the turf at the plate and at the mound, well, firsthand, that's the first two areas that
Most important.
umpire's going to stop it. And then they've got this new dirt that I don't want to get all scientific, but basically it can rain like it did yesterday, and you can play on it about 30 minutes later. That pitch fouled back.
That takes all the fun out of it. Raking, drying,
Yeah. You just
and
got to.
getting a little diesel and putting on there and burning it all.
It's been done before, huh?
It has, but you don't hear about that anymore. You got to go way back. A lot of black smoke.
Yeah. And that pitch in off the plate, 2-2. Yeah, pretty much here on this ball field, it holds way out in right field by the fence. Is kind of where it likes to gather. So they addressed that this morning, and good to go. And that pitch off the plate, 3-2 now to Fussell. On deck is Braxton Jacks. Ground ball to short. Matthews on a hop, throw across the diamond. And it skips from Wobblinger. And Fussell will head to second, put on the brakes. But E6. That'll bring up Braxton Jacks. Tough play. I think Jake right there, what hurt him is he had a lot of time, and it maybe took too much time. Thought about it a little bit more.
Courtesy runner Cooper Kent.
A lot
batting
easier
down
when
on
you
the
catch
20.
them and, everything's
Braxton
smooth
Jacks.
and you have to get rid of the ball quick. Sometimes the ball gets to you quick. You got too much time to think or do whatever to get it over there.
So let's bring up Braxton Jacks, the Wildcat first baseman. He's officially 0 for 0, 2 walks, 2 runs scored. But he's another guy that gets on top of the plate, and there's a pass ball going to move the runner to third, but gets on top of the plate and likes to pull the ball.
He's up there to hit.
Kirbyville staff, first base coach Max Quick, familiar name in East Texas, has played at Lufkin High School, baseball, football. Of course, Dad, Coach Todd Quick, head football coach for years at Lufkin, but Max went over to right down the street at SFA and was a all-conference punter. So, I think Kirbyville, they've kind of figured it out, a little 2-for-1 combo. Get him on the football field and the baseball field.
Yeah, it works.
2-0. Ground ball to short. Matthews will get another crack. Throw across the diamond this time in time, but it'll bring a run in. That'll bring up Caden Cloud. The head coach for the Wildcats is Ray Bates. He played collegiately both ways, football and baseball at ETBU, and was drafted. Played a little bit of minor league baseball from Alvarado up north Fort Worth area. But I was speaking with him pregame, and I said, man, get 2 guys that are baseball guys, but they're also football guys. They're getting their money's worth out of you. As that pop up over to second, Clunan will make the play, fighting the sun. That'll end the frame. We're going to head now to the bottom of the second with the Bulldogs trailing 14-2. All right, welcome back here. Bottom of the second. Leading off going to be Landon Clunan, as the Bulldogs have 7, 8, 9 in their order here in the second. That pitch going to catch the corner for a called strike. That ball hit sharply. One hopper at shortstop. Fussell throw over in time. Right at
Hit
him.
hard.
Now batting number 28, Micah.
That'll bring up the DH, Micah Putnam.
Clunan hit the ball right on the spot. Just at it. That's an Adam ball.
And there's a called strike. And breaking ball just misses downstairs. That ball right at the shortstop again. Fussell throw across the diamond to his big target, Braxton Jackson, 2 down. That'll bring up third baseman Lane Spencer.
Lane Spencer.
We can get a little 2-out rally started here.
And downstairs. That pitch a called strike. Ballpark packed today. It's Lady Dog softball hosting Alto and Woden in area action. And that ball fouled off, but was a 1-run game when we started. I don't know how it finished up, but lots of black and yellow over there.
Yep.
Woden and
There was a
Alto.
lot of, could hear a lot. There was some action happening over there too. Good crowd.
So Spencer down on the count, 1-2. And that breaking ball back here to us, 2-2. Kirbyville, I was hoping to see one of their coaches over, but doesn't look like he made the trip over.
Brady
Bulldog,
McMillan.
Bulldog alumni, Brady McMillan. That ball hit right back to Fussell on a line drive. He'll snare it, and that'll end the inning. We're going to head to the top of the third with the Bulldogs trailing 14-2. All right, welcome back here. Leading off going to be Luke Fussell. And as we're in the top of the third. That pitch just off the plate.
Yeah, great placement over there, just a couple of inches off.
And that spot, yeah, able to go right back out there a little bit closer.
Went back out there and found it. Keep it there, he's going to be successful.
That pitch swung on a miss, 1-2.
And add that one in there, breaking ball.
And that breaking ball almost front doored him, just missed. That ball popped up, right side, Graham drifting over, and he'll make the play. That'll bring up Ty Meredith, 1-for-1 with a walk. Yeah, last night Panther game, I got to catch the later part of it, but the umpire behind the plate was giving about 6 inches off the outside corner, and give credit to McKinney North. The guy kept just going there, and
that's unhittable out there.
It made it tough for Lufkin. They had to expand their hitting zone and chase some pitches, and but at the same time, you know, give credit to the Lufkin broadcast team. They admitted, you know, if as a pitcher, if they're going to give it to you, keep going out there till they take it away.
Kind of brings back memories of Greg Maddox.
Whew. Yeah.
Story is he'd start out on the corner, then maybe 1 inch, and if he could get that, then he'd expand it to 2 and more, and till they wouldn't call it.
There's one off the hands over to first, wobbling her on a knee. He'll go to the bag unassisted. 2 down. That'll bring up the DH, Ryan Coleman.
Anyway, he'd do that until they got where the limit was, and then he knew how far he could or where he could place it.
So there's 2 stories of Greg Maddox that I absolutely love. One is he would call his pitches depending on how he caught the ball from the catcher, from the return catch.
Never heard of that.
You know,
Till now.
and nobody ever got onto that. As that ball over to short, Matthews come in charge. He throws in time, and a 1-2-3 third. We'll head to the bottom of the third with the Bulldogs trailing 14-2. All right, welcome back here to the broadcast. Leading off going to be Wyatt Graham. He walked and scored. Let's try to finish our Greg Maddox story here in a little bit. As Graham hit and lead off, came around and scored in the first. He'll take a strike on the corner. Jake Matthews on deck, followed by Dylan Hatcher. And Bulldogs, now, Coach, they just got to put up a crooked number to kind of find a way to jump back in this one.
Yeah. It's a people on, timely hitting. Wouldn't hurt if we work a walk in there too or whatever, just to get the people on base. Do what it takes.
1-2 count here to Graham.
we do happen to know that a lot of teams with a big lead, 10, the tendency is to let up a little bit.
Yeah, sit on that lead.
It's really hard for a coach to keep them, pushing them to stay intense.
2-2 here to Graham. And that's downstairs. Good AB here from White. Runs count full.
There you go.
Works a walk, does Graham. That'll bring up Jake Matthews, 1 for 1 with a single.
Matthews.
White has had 2 walks in the game.
You'd like to see that from the leadoff.
You
You know,
bet.
one, you see a lot of pitches and being selective. One-0 here to Matthews. And a ground ball foul. So back to Greg Maddox, what we were talking. He would, depending on how he caught the ball from his catcher, he was calling his pitch. The other great story is they were playing in the Astrodome in a meaningless game in August, and they had a big lead. And he threw a perfect fastball in a 2-2 count to Jeff Bagwell, who appropriately hit it way up into the stands, home run. And his catcher, Pereira's, got over to the dugout and said, "Why did you shake me off?" And you groove that one. He said, "Well, we're going to see those guys in postseason, and I'm going to throw a filthy changeup when I get that spot." Well, you know, fast forward to October, he gets him in a tight situation late in the game. They show the clip of that. It's next level thinking, needless to say.
It's just it's crazy out there. You're talking about next level thinking. But planning ahead, having that, and then to pull it off when it happened. But, yeah, he pitched him a little different than he would in the playoffs. And it was because of the importance or lack of the game.
Matthews, that ball's drifting deep. It's carrying, and it's going to go all the way to the wall. Graham will go from first to third. He had to kind of hold up and make sure that ball was going to get down. But a double by Matthews.
For a long time.
Now batting number 13,
Jake hit that
Dylan
ball a long
Hatcher.
way.
That'll bring up Dylan Hatcher. In a news story I heard this week, Todd Helton of the Rockies, big-time hitter, said the best advice he got early in his career was from Tony Gwynn. Of course, if Tony Gwynn's talking hitting, you're going to listen. But he said, "Where do you look for the ball when the pitcher's throwing?" He said, "Well, I try to find it out of his glove, and I'm looking for the release point." And he said, "Stare at the logo on his hat until he gets to the high point and slowly drift your eyes." He said, "You don't want your head, your eyes moving all around. Just keep them steady." And needless to say, he says best advice he ever did. He did it the rest of his career.
He was a heck of a hitter.
Like I said, Tony Gwynn's giving some input. You're going to listen.
It's unbelievable. But he figured it out. And the good thing is he's sharing that with other hitters.
And Hatcher comes up empty down on the count, 0-2 now. Dylan just got to find a way to produce an RBI here, even if it's a ground out. 0-2 to Hatcher. And he hits a ground ball just foul down the first baseline.
Not a bad idea.
On deck, Braden Renfro. 0-2 again here to Hatcher. And gets him on the check swing. That'll bring up Braden Renfro.
Braden Renfro.
Renfro had a RBI single in the first. Tell you one thing surprising, Coach. 14-2 lead, and they got the corners in, and I'm not talking just a little in.
They are in there. First baseman is right at the edge of the grass.
See if Renfro can make them pay. And that pitch is going to catch the corner down the count, 0-2.
You know, a squirper one way or the other, or a hard ground ball
Yeah.
to third, be the difference getting by them down that line for a double.
And that breaking ball up top. 1-2.
First baseman is moving in on the pitch
Yeah.
also.
1-2 delivery here from Fussell. And that breaking ball just off the plate. 2-2, not a bad spot. Two-two delivery. And that ball hit into right. Ollie drifting back. He'll squeeze it. Tagging is Graham. Throw going to come in towards Jacks. He'll cut it and hold it. But RBI sac fly for Renfro.
Now batting number 7, Braylon.
So Renfro with 2
Melendez.
strikes, getting the job done. That'll bring up Braylon Melendez. Melendez got aboard via error in the first. And that breaking ball swung on a miss, 0-1. On deck, Bryce Woblinger. As we are in the bottom of the third here. Melendez out in the right center. That ball will drop in. And a 2-out RBI single for Braylon Melendez.
Nice piece of hitting right there, going up in the gap to right center.
Now batting number 91, Price.
That'll bring up
Woblinger.
Bryce Woblinger. 0 for 1 with a ground out. Fussell going to ask for a new baseball here. On deck, Landon Clunan. That breaking ball upstairs.
Always somebody wanting a high pitch call.
Not where it lands, where it crosses, huh? That ball right at the shortstop. Fussell will catch it on a line.
Lined out.
That'll end the frame, but the Bulldogs push across 2, make our score 14-4. We'll be back here with Bulldog Baseball.
Brady Reagan.
All right, welcome back here to the broadcast. Top of the fourth, 14-4 our score. If you're just joining us, an eventful first inning. Give you the details here shortly as that pitch swung on, foul ball, but Believe it or not, 13 runs scored in the first by the Wildcats, all with 2 outs, Coach. And
It's hard to imagine. I know. You might have to say that second time.
And the thing is, we were talking off air. You know, we had one mental mistake, drop pop up on a miscommunication, shallow center field, but you know, no errors.
No.
Some walks mixed in that don't help, but
One hit by pitch.
But just give credit to Kirbyville. They kept passing the baton.
They did.
And they did it for a while. 1-2 here from Renfro. That ball sliced out of foul. Out of play. Eight, 9-1 in the order for the Wildcats here in the 4th. And Renfro gets him swinging. Spencer with a block. He'll throw to first. Just in time. Took his time.
Got a tight window down there, but he threaded it.
That'll be strikeout swinging. That'll bring up Ethan Gatlin. 1 for 2 with a double.
It's a nice pitch by him in the dirt there. Curveball.
That pitch going to skip through. That ball swung through and missed, even the count at 1-1.
Renfro's come in and he's doing his job.
Filling up the zone. And there's another called strike.
Back there on that corner, he's put it before. He keeps doing that. He's going to give him fits.
So the 1-2 here from Renfro.
Umpire stopped. Did he think he was quick
Well, he was
pitching him?
giving the hitter time, but you know, once he puts that hand down, it's game on. So here we go. And a check swing foul.
Went up and in there, which was a good place to put it.
Could be setting up the next pitch, huh?
Fought it off. I'm liking that outside corner. He could go with fastball out there, but I'm looking for a breaking ball down here. Low and away.
1-2 here from Renfro. And there's your breaking ball. Didn't get on top of it, but even up at 2-2.
Finished up, but it's okay. He'll file that back and make sure he takes care of that the next one he throws.
There it is. Gets him looking. So back-to-back punch-outs. Bring up leadoff hitter Cooper Murphy. 2 for 3 on the day. Single, double, and a punch-out. Murphy, the Game 1 winner on the mound. Look good. Just a sophomore for the Wildcats.
Do you know if they have many seniors on the team, Brent?
They're kind of mixed in. They've got, some talent, basically sophomore through senior. They do have a freshman in the lineup, so they're pretty spread out. Cupboard will not be left bare for sure. 0-1 here to Murphy. And Murphy's velocity, I know we were visiting pregame. He definitely can get it up there mid-80s, but he has got the ability to kind of dial back to find the strike zone when he's missing. So he's only going to get better, in my opinion, down there for the Wildcats. Two-one here to Murphy. On deck, pitcher David Fussell. That ball hit to right. Graham going back, and it goes off his glove. Tough read, and Graham will chase it down. Murphy will put on the brakes there with a double. One of the hardest balls to judge in the outfield is that line drive right at you.
You said you got that right. Just off the tip of his glove.
David Fussell.
So 2 down, that'll bring up David Fussell. He's walked, doubled, got aboard via an error. On deck, Braxton Jacks. And that ball hit towards right. Graham, a long run. Now second baseman Clunan going out. He'll call, and he'll squeeze it.
It's a nice play.
Tough play. So that in the frame, we'll go to the bottom of the fourth with the Bulldogs trailing 14-4. All right, welcome back here. Bottom of the fourth, Bulldogs trailing 14-4. Landon Clunan going to get it started. 0 for 1 with a ground out. 7, 8, 9 in the order here for the Bulldogs. And that ball hit sharply through the left side, and a leadoff single for Clunan. That'll bring up Micah Putman. Micah 0 for 1 with a ground out to short. On deck is Lane Spencer. Lane did a good job on the mound on game 1. Tough luck loser, but through 4 innings scoreless. Was charged with the 2 runs on the top of the 5th that he walked. And that breaking ball spins in there for a called strike. And they'll check on Clunan back safely. And back again is Clunan. And another breaking ball spins in for a called strike. Micah down in the count 0-2. Pitch here from Fussell. And he goes right back out there, but just misses. Now 1-2. So Clunan with that sharp single to left. Getting it started here in the fourth. And a breaking ball spins off the plate, 2-2. Micah getting a steady diet of breaking balls here. Two pitch here from Fussell. That ball hit over to short. They'll go for the lead runner at second, and they'll get the force out there.
Fielder's choice.
So Putman will reach on the fielder's choice. That'll bring up Lane Spencer. Lined out to the pitcher, 0 for 1.
They got that breaking ball up. Putman was able to get a piece of it, but right at the shortstop.
That pitch swung on a missed. 0-1. Graham on deck, leadoff hitter. And that breaking ball just misses. 1-1. Been consistent by behind the plate. I'll say that, both sides. And that pitch has not been called all day. 1-1. And off the plate, 2-1.
And you want that during the year, all year, but especially you want that kind of consistency in the playoffs.
Yeah. 2-1 here to Spencer. And that breaking ball misses. And yeah, like you said, if your catcher and pitcher can come over after the first, second inning and go, here's what we're getting, he's not calling. And you can kind of live with that the rest of the day.
Right. Adjust to it and go from there.
And a walk. Going to put runners at first and second. Flip over the order. I'll bring up Wyatt Graham. Officially 0 for 0 with 2 walks as Coach Bates going to come out and visit with his pitcher. We'll step away with the Bulldogs trailing 14-4 here in the 4th. All right, welcome back here. Wyatt Graham at the plate now. Bulldogs trying to threaten here in the 4th. Runners at first and second. And there's a called strike on the corner. Graham been patient at the plate. Both ABs a walk. Both of them he ran full.
Man, how about that first baseman in?
Yeah, it's a
first and second.
It's a little interesting.
It's a big lead.
It's been that way. We kind of noted it back in the second, but they're consistent. We'll say that. 1-1 here to Graham. Off the plate.
Lefty at the plate, so Wyatt can get one pitch in and pull it down that line. Be off to the races. I believe we can get it by him.
1-2. And downstairs, or excuse me, 2-1 now, 3-1. Jake Matthews on deck. He's 2 for 2 with a single and a long double. 3-1 to Graham. And a walk, as Graham's been aboard all 3 times via the walk.
Now batting, Jake
Coach, we've been talking in between innings, the score 13-0 after the top of the first. There's not a lot of things positive to talk about except you got a lot of game left. Here's the spot. If they're going to try to swing some momentum, put up a crooked number.
With the top of the order up here.
And Matthews skies it. Foul territory. He'll reach the seats. But it's one of those that if you can somehow put up a 4 or 5 spot here in the 4th, make things interesting.
Yes, sir. That's what we need to do right here. Not getting any earlier.
A pitch off the plate. Ooh.
Wait a minute. That's delayed.
Yeah.
Way delayed.
So now Matthews down the count 0-2. One, 2 now to Jake. And Matthews able to fight that pitch off foul, staying alive.
Breaking ball in, he had to fight it off with 2 strikes. Can't take any chances.
No. So 1-2 here to Jake. And gets him on a breaking ball. Big strikeout for Fussell. That'll bring up Dylan Hatcher.
Now batting number 13, Dylan Hatcher.
Hatcher going to have to come up big here for the Bulldogs here with 2 down.
Come up with a big 2-out hit here.
And that curveball spins in there for a called strike.
Well, if he keeps throwing those and keeps getting them up there, we'll be all right because we'll hit that ball.
And ground ball right back to Fussell. He'll field, he'll flip, and gets out of trouble. Bulldogs leave them stranded. We'll head to the 5th. The Bulldogs trailing 14-4. All right, welcome back here, top of the 5th. That'll bring up 3, 4, 5 here in the order. Braxton Jacks. Jacks 0 for 1 officially, 2 walks on the day. Pitch off the plate.
Wee bat outside.
Little Bob Euchre, huh?
Yeah.
3, 4, 5 in the order here for the Wildcats.
What a character. Speaking about him, we've been around him a few times.
And that pop up into straightaway center field. Hatcher adjusting to the sun. He'll make the play. That'll bring up Caden Cloud. 0 for 2 hit by a pitch.
Cloud.
Third baseman here for the Wildcats. On deck is Luke Fussell, shortstop. And that breaking ball
Nice
spins in
breaking
there.
ball, you bet.
Oh, 1 here from Renfro. Off the plate, 1-1.
Renfro's been doing his job. Got a little break in the action here.
Yeah, it looks like Spencer took that one right off. Maybe the side of the knee. Yeah. We're going to step away. We'll be right back here. All right, back to action. Looked like Spencer, like I said, got hit on the ankle there. Looks to be okay. We'll watch and see. Tough kid behind the plate.
Well, he's back there in that position right now and doesn't seem to be bothering him. Either that or he's not giving in to it.
That's going to be fouled out of play. 1-2 now to Caden Cloud.
He's showing a little favoritism to
Yeah.
him. To it.
And that pitch off the plate, 2-2. That ball popped up mile high, out of play. So 2-2 here, 2 Cloud. And that pitch swung on a miss.
Ooh, breaking ball. Swing and a miss. 2 out.
That'll bring up shortstop Luke Fussell.
Luke
1 for 2 with a
Fussell.
single. Walking, 2 runs scored. As Renfro, like you said, he's only given up the 1 run. It was unearned. And
He's
he is
gone.
now in his 4th inning of action.
He's come in and he's gone right at him, which is what we needed.
And that just misses 2-0. And a tapper will get fouled down that third baseline.
Goes 2-0 on him and comes right back in there with a fastball to keep the count from going 3-0. He's challenging these guys. Like to see that. Steady diet of strikes. He's working fast. Umpire thinks he's starting a little too fast sometime.
And that's downstairs, going to run the count 3-1 here on the Wildcats shortstop. On deck, left fielder Ty Meredith. And that'll be a 2-out walk.
Most places he'd have been rung up on that
Yeah.
because he started
Great
his
Ty
motion to
Meredith.
first before the catcher got the ball.
Yeah.
Basically before the umpire made the call.
Especially on a pitch that close. We've seen it a lot worse where they bring them back
Exactly.
to the plate. So it brings up Ty Meredith. 1 for 2 on the day with a single. And believe it or not, halfway choking, he had the biggest hit in the game. That 2-out, 2-run single back in the first.
Got it all
Put them on the
started.
board, and then they added 11 additional runs with 2 outs, all 13.
Yes, sir. Well placed. Put it in play. Good things happen.
1-0 here to Meredith. Runner goes. Throw down. Not in time.
Throw was up. Maybe that ankle bothering him right there.
So 1-1 now to Meredith. In on the hands, fouled
Yeah,
on the right side.
nice pitch, fastball in, fisted him. This time of year doesn't feel too bad, but early in
No.
the season, that's one you don't want to swing
Yeah.
at.
End of February, that's
Ooh.
it's tough to get over. And that breaking ball upstairs, 2-2.
Kind of about where that Dillon's was one of them.
Yeah.
I believe it was Dillon.
2-2 here to Merida. And a ground ball to short. Matthews comes in on a hop, throw across the diamond, just in time.
Nice play. Got him by half a step.
That'll end the threat. We head to the bottom of the 5th. Bulldogs got to put up a run or their season will be over. Stay tuned.
All right, Braden.
All right, welcome back here. Bottom of the 5th. Braden Renfro going to lead it off here for the Bulldogs. Bulldogs got to get in the scoring column. Well, the 10-run rule, mercy will be in effect. And that one swung on a miss, 1-1. As Melendez on deck, 4, 5, and 6 in the order.
Third baseman in, leaving a big hole over there between third and short.
Yeah, consistently they have played the corners in. Doesn't matter the situation.
No. Braden's capable of getting it right in that slot.
Ground ball, pitcher going to field. He'll flip over to first in time. That'll bring up Braylon Melendez. He's been aboard twice. RBI single back in the 3rd. On deck, Price Woblinger. Bulldogs, 6 seniors at the top of this order, all in a row. So going to be tough moving forward. And Melendez swings, comes up empty.
He's going to regroup and get back in there.
And a called strike on the corner.
Wait a minute.
0-2. Yeah, that's tough.
I was fixing that. He just brought that count even. No.
And a breaking ball, foul tip.
Got
Catcher
two
can't hang
seven.
on. He'll get another crack at it.
Yeah.
0-2 here to Melendez. That ball hit into center. Murphy drifting back, going back. And he'll make a running catch. Does Cooper Murphy.
Nice catch there. Didn't help our side out, but nice running catch.
That'll bring up Price Woblinger.
Braylon gave that a ride straight center. Guy caught it in stride.
And that curveball. It doesn't get the call on that one. 1-0 here to Woblinger. And there's a called strike on the corner. 1-1 here to Price. And breaking ball swung on a miss, making the count 1-2.
Okay, we're going into protect mode here.
And that's downstairs, 2-2. Two here from Fussell. Pop up, second baseman coming in. And he'll squeeze it. And that will be the ball game. Bulldogs can't recover from that first inning. Coach, that's the story of the day. All 13 runs scored with 2 outs, believe it or not. I know me and you've seen a lot of baseball. That's a rarity to see that.
Not what we were looking for, and you could go to a lot of ball games and never see that again. But hey, from that point on, we played well.
Yeah.
Eliminate that. It's just hard to start.
Yeah, in a hole.
In a hole that big.
Yeah. Well, I want to congratulate Kirbyville. They'll move on to the second round. Bulldog season comes to an end, but want to give credit to their club, Coach T.J. Watkins, Michael Scoggins, Austin Rakina, these seniors. Coach, they had back-to-back losses in the middle of the district, here at home and one on the road. And a lot of teams would have folded. You know, the 2 worst losses of the season, they recovered. They go get some big wins to finish out the playoffs. They force a tie, and with the tiebreaker, they get into the playoffs. So I want to credit those guys. You know, the competitor in them didn't go away, and they finished the fight.
Well, you hit the nail on the head. The other day, I was thinking about their season, and at any time, and of course the key time that you just mentioned there, a team can, in a position they were in, could stop battling for whatever reason, this or that, get down. These guys went out, continued to take the field the same way, play hard, and they got rewarded and got into the playoffs. So it took it to the end of the season to do it, but they did it.
We want to thank everybody for joining in, listening in. We've had a wonderful ride this season. Unfortunately, it's got to end somewhere. It ends today, but we enjoyed it all year. To be privileged to be able to cover and call the games, and what a better place to be here on the hill on a beautiful day. But thank you for joining us, and have a great weekend.